Now it's my greatest honor to introduce our commencement speaker. And it's actually more difficult than it seems like because she is extraordinarily impressive. Ann Myers Drysdale was the first woman to receive a full athletic scholarship to UCLA and one of the first women inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. She guided UCLA to 4 conference titles and a women's college basketball national championship, while also competing on the volleyball team and the track team, which won a national title in 1975. She was awarded the Broderick Cup in 1978 as the top female college athlete of the year and ended her UCLA career as the first 4-time All-American in the collegiate basketball history. While still a student at UCLA, Drysdale was a starter on the United States' first women's Olympic basketball team, which won a silver medal in 1976 in Montreal. She's the only woman to have had a tryout with the NBA as a free agent in 1979 with the Indiana Pacers. And she was the first player drafted by the Women's Professional Basketball League, earning Most Valuable Player honors in that league in 1979-1980. Over the last years, she has had a successful career as sport broadcaster, providing commentary for 5 Olympics, including the 2012 London Games. She currently is Vice President of the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury and the NBA's Phoenix Suns. And if that wasn't all very impressive, obviously she knows how to work with balls, but what really is really impressive is that Ann Myers Drysdale was a UCLA sociology major. Please welcome Ann Myers Drysdale.
Thank you very much. If anybody was there last night and yesterday, I got to speak, so I know it's a little chilly. It's good that the sun hasn't come out, but can we do an A-clap? Anybody want to do an A-clap? All right, start off. Come on, Stefan. Come on up here, Richard. Start off for me.
No.
Yeah, A-clap. Go. You know how to do it.
Yes.
Go. You go. What? UCLA! Fight! All right. You gotta loosen up a little bit. It's getting a little chilly out here. But to Sociology Chair Stefan Timmermans, faculty, alumni, Peter Evans, parents and families, and graduates, this is great. I was so excited to talk to you all. Sociology, like you, my major. But I have to say, being out here and outside and doing something to active, I always got to be moving, loosens me up. And since I don't have my tennis shoes on, my daughter wouldn't let me wear them. And the stairs behind us, I used to run these stairs for track and volleyball. Janice steps all the way up and looking out at Ducky Drake Stadium and running those stairs, and Sunset Hill, running the hill, and now you have the SAC building. It just sounds bad. It was the men's gym when I was here, and the women's gym over here, now you got dance. But it's great. So to loosen up, I brought a couple things, and we're gonna throw them out. Come on. What they'll do for a simple t-shirt or a ball. How exciting. Now I signed them for you. I don't know if you'll be able to read the handwriting, but I want you to remember this day. So congratulations, 2013 graduates. That's right, come on. Thank yourselves, all right. Certainly it's an incredible accomplishment in your lives, and all of you should feel very proud of the hard work and determination that led you to this special day. Listening to your fellow graduates, I'm just blown away by their talks. And to know that sociology and what you all are going to accomplish, these three young women, but all of you out there, and the impact that you make on others' lives. But I want to take a moment to thank your parents and all those that helped you get to UCLA. As a mother of three, trust me when I say the acknowledgement goes a long way. Parents, grandparents, families, your support and encouragement doesn't go unnoticed. And it's so important to always, always tell them that you love them and thank them. I'm sure your graduates and everyone in the audience, as Professor Timmerman said, what's next? What are you going to do with the sociology degree? Anything you want. Trust me, I felt the same way, but sociology is the study of people, human behavior, relationships. Isn't that basically what life is about? If you heard my speech yesterday, you know that I'm all about taking chances, stepping out of your comfort zone. I believe that's one of the best ways you're going to get to the next level and that much closer to your dreams. It's certainly held true in my life. My late husband, Hall of Fame Dodger pitcher Don Drysdale, taught me about living without regrets. He was often referred to as a Jekyll and Hyde guy. You didn't want to cross him on the field or crowd the plate. But off the mound, Don was as generous and thoughtful as could be. People thought I was a Jekyll and Hyde player on the basketball court too, but we were both passionate players and people. So don't be defined by what someone else tells you who you are. Heck, I was put in remedial English when I first got to UCLA, and look at me now, I'm a published author. Ultimately, we're all looking to write our own story in life, to have an exciting journey that's hopefully full of love, adventure, and success. But look at anyone that's reached their goals. Was it only blue skies and yellow brick roads on their way? Never. The best stories in life are the ones that leave an impression on someone and that people are able to learn from them. The fighters that took a chance and it paid off. Maybe not the first time, but they kept trying until it did. The stories that in the face of adversity, victory shows someone's character. Our legendary basketball coach, John Wooden, who I call Papa, because of our relationship and his influence in my life, always said, your reputation is what you are perceived to be. Your character is what you actually are. And character is much more important than what others think you are. So as I was writing the speech and figuring out what to say that may be applied more directly to sociology, two words kept coming up in my notes. Two words that apply to everything that you've all studied and that you'll continue to come across throughout your life. Change and attitude. Change is something you can guarantee will happen. Progress is change, but change is not always progress. Another John Wooden quote. Sometimes expectedly, sometimes unexpectedly. It's not always welcomed, but usually we, especially Bruins, are the ones setting out to make a change in the world. Recently, I came across a story about a man who started a website called change.org. Many of you probably heard of it by now, as they have 35 million users. But it made me realize that isn't exactly this what, see, I can't even read. Isn't this exactly what sociology majors want? To make an impact in the world? But how many of us surrender to the idea that we are too small, too insignificant, to really make a dent in the world's issues? Well, Ben Rattray, the founder of this change.org site, who I'll point out, not a Bruin, but not everyone can be so lucky. He created a place where anyone can start a campaign or create a petition to change something, and it can be anything from protesting the revamped look of a Disney character or allowing gay leaders in the Boy Scouts of America. This site allows millions of people to come together to be effective. It's truly an awesome platform. But what if you don't have millions of followers? Ben actually set out to do investment banking. How did he know it was something millions would get on board with? We can't all go straight from college to being a world leader, but it doesn't matter where you start or even if you intentionally tried to make a change or not. Title IX was a big change for me and women in sports. It gave me the opportunity to go to UCLA on an athletic scholarship and get my sociology degree from one of the greatest universities. Actually, when I first got here to UCLA, I hadn't taken my SAT test and they still accepted me. Oy vey. And so I came in wanting to be undecided. I had no idea where I was going. They put me in as a kinesiology major. Like I can pass medicine. And I was so blown away, I didn't know what I was doing. I was taking classes that I was struggling, and I said, get me out of here. And I certainly made the right choice, going to sociology. But what are you going to do with your opportunities? What kind of difference will you make? A man was down and depressed and decided to take a walk along the beach, just feeling like nothing was going his way. And we've all felt that way at some time in our lives. When down the shore, he sees a small figure throwing something into the ocean. And by the time he walks up to see this young boy, he sees that the boy is throwing a starfish into the sea. The man looks down the beach in both directions and sees that there are thousands of starfish washed up on shore, and they can't get back into the water. He looks at the young boy and says, "What are you doing?" The boy responds, "I'm throwing starfish into the ocean to save them." The man shakes his head and says, "Why? You can't possibly think that you're going to make a difference with all these starfish on the beach?" And looking at the boy like he's crazy, the boy stares at the man, looking very sad. Then looks up and down the beach himself at all the starfish. He bends down and smiles, picks up a starfish, throws it into the ocean and says, "I made a difference to that one." I love that story for a couple of reasons. First, that little boy wasn't discouraged when the man tried to deter him from saving those starfish. I guarantee someone will tell you that you can't do something you're trying so hard to do. Just like when someone told me I couldn't play sports because I was a girl. I'd like to know how they feel now with an Olympic medal in some of the championships. I even had some high-powered agent tell me that I couldn't be in broadcasting because I had short hair and short nails. So after 35 years, I think I've done pretty good. The second thing I love about that story is that the boy knew he couldn't save every starfish, but he could save at least one. So why wouldn't he? As one of our great UCLA alumnus, Jackie Robinson, put it, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on another life." Have a purpose in your life. Now that second word, attitude. As you've learned by now, life doesn't come with a set of instructions. You do the best you can. That was one of Papa's most important lessons. You can't be concerned about what other people are doing. Your peace of mind has to come knowing you did your best. There's a story about a little girl. She's in the backyard playing while her dad was at the kitchen window watching. She had a bat and ball in her hand. She said with confidence, walking out there, "I'm the greatest hitter there ever was, better than Babe Ruth." She tosses the ball up in the air, swings, strike one. She reaches down to pick up the ball and says, "Okay, strike one, that's okay. I'm still the greatest hitter in the world. I'm going to smash this ball right over the fence." She grips the ball tight, tosses the ball up in the air, swings, strike two. Her dad's watching her and shakes his head, a little sad. She's not discouraged though. She picks the ball up with a determined look on her face. She's not giving up. She's persistent. She says, "Okay, 2 strikes, I'm okay, I can do this. I'm still the greatest hitter there ever was. I'll crush this ball. She tosses the ball up in the air. A 3rd time, she swings, strike 3. She looks at the ball on the ground and can't believe it. She looks mad, but she doesn't cry. Her dad looks sad for her, but then sees that she has a smile on her face. She picks up the ball, looks at it and says, I'm the greatest pitcher there ever was. The lessons here, no matter what curveball life throws your way, it's all about your attitude. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. I can tell you that now because I had to learn the hard way. I was slow to adapt to change. As a matter of fact, I had 3 different basketball coaches here in my 4 years at UCLA. And let's say I was a little hard-headed and didn't make their transitions too easy. But let's face it, you're about to take another thrilling jump ahead in your life. Trust me when I tell you that you might not use something from every class you took here, like statistics. Sorry, Megan. I struggled. You might even embark on a career path in a completely unrelated field than you're expecting. But if you're anything like me, you'll realize your time at UCLA was pivotal in shaping you into the person that you are. There's a sense of pride, commitment, and excellence to do your best in being a Bruin. You're leaders, and you face challenges head on. The UCLA community is more supportive than any other group you'll come across. The connections you'll share with random strangers throughout your life that are also Bruin alumni, they'll surprise you. Whether you're sharing a memory of the pamphlet-pushing activists on Bruin Walk, or a class or professor that has left an impression on you because of the topic or the passion your professor had in making the subject so much fun and interesting, or walking up that hill one more time to the dorms. Oh, you're all seniors, you don't do that anymore, right? But I hope you'll find yourself as proud as I am anytime I put on the blue and gold, which is a lot. I could stand up here for hours, giving you advice and telling you stories will hopefully ignite a spark in you. But I don't need to do that, and you don't want me to. You are celebrating one of the greatest moments in your lives, and you all took a different path to get here. It doesn't matter where you came from or how you got here. Right now, you are all equal. Whether you got all A's or found yourself scraping by, you are all Bruins for life. You know the Bruin way, and no one can take that away from you. So enjoy the day and party safe tonight, because a new journey begins. Congratulations, 2013 Sociology.